Hi everyone, this is my Arundina Graminifolia, also known as the bamboo orchid. Very endemic to Asia, found in Myanmar, India, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Thailand, Vietnam, Ryukyu Islands, Malaysia, Singapore, China to Indonesia, the Philippines and New Guinea. It's also been naturalized in many other countries also. Please do visit Wikipedia. I do not want to read more from it. However, the flower that you find on Wikipedia is not what we have here in Sri Lanka. It's the same flower, of course, but the colors are very heightened or intense than what you see on Wikipedia. I have added more footage when the flower opens up, so you will see later in the video too. Mine is an intense lilac with a magenta lip. No fragrance noteworthy, but I think I've smelled something very floral. I can be easily mistaken. I first came upon this in the Singaraja forest adjacent Nilua area towards down south of Sri Lanka. So I know this can withstand a huge amount of rain as well as a totally dry period and still bloom without a hitch. When I look into the media, all what I see is just muddy soil, but the plant is having active root tips, a new pseudobulb, and it is blooming too. So therefore, I do not think this plant is missing anything here. But I will not be growing anything in soil. So my media for this bamboo orchid would be cocoa peat mixed in with eggshells. Eggshells will be added only to the bottom layer of the media, and the top layer will only consist of cocoa peat. My practice for repotting is to get rid of all the dead material in the roots. That will be all the dead media from the roots as well as the dead roots from the root bulb too. After adding the bottom layer of the media, I will place the plant in, and I'm using the same pot because cocoa peat is highly moisture retentive. I will pack in the roots and put the top layer of cocoa peat. You do not have to worry, cocoa peat can be packed in very nicely so the root bulb would not shake, but if you feel like, you can stake this plant up. After giving it a thorough watering, I will leave the plant be in a well shaded spot, but I will only water or fertilize this when the media dries up. The plant has been repotted, so therefore it is transitioning into its new media. Some amount of caution should be applied for your care hereafter. No matter how common the orchid or how cheap the orchid was for me to buy, I would be always careful in the aftercare I give the plant. Again, as usual, my practice would be to spray a high nitrogen and a high phosphorus fertilizer simultaneously, and I hope the eggshells will give the stems the much needed calcium when it breaks down. I finally have to tell you that I did not experience any bud blast. All of the buds kept opening one after the other, so I know all structures of this bamboo orchid have settled in to its new media. So guys, you can see how easy it is to grow species orchid. It's very easy for them to adapt and keep on flowering also. Normally when it comes to an orchid, we tend to take off the flower spike if we are in the process of or after a repotting. This is not a very hard orchid at all, so I hope you will try out and let me also know how the experience was to you. The flowers are nice and they bloom all year round, and I cannot say anything but good things about this orchid. Thank you guys for tuning in for another one of my orchid videos. This is a very small channel. I appreciate the likes and the views that you give me. Thank you. Bye bye.